stars, no offers. Rejected by every major college program in America.
Huddle here. Snapper again is going to air it out deep downfield, wide open.
In the world of high school football recruiting, this is the kiss of death.
What would you give for tomorrow? Energy, energy, energy.
The end of the dream before it even begins. But what happens when the system gets it completely wrong? What happens when a skinny kid from California, a walk-on from Washington, and a small-town quarterback from Wyoming prove that stars don't make champions? Champions make themselves. Every year, over 1.1 million high school football players across America dream of playing college ball, but only 85,000 will get that chance. And of those, only a precious few will earn the coveted 5-star rating that guarantees a full ride to any school in the country. The recruiting industrial complex has turned teenage athletes into commodities, rated and ranked like stocks on Wall Street. 5 stars means you're the next coming of greatness. 4 stars puts you in the conversation. 3 stars, you might get a shot at a decent program. But 0 stars. 0 stars means you're invisible, forgotten, written off before you've even had a chance to prove yourself. The system says you don't belong. The experts say you'll never make it. What they don't tell you is that the system is flawed. Catastrophically, beautifully, perfectly flawed. Because sometimes the greatest players in NFL history are the ones nobody saw coming. Chico, California. Population 95,000. Not exactly a hotbed of football talent, but in the late 1990s, a kid named Aaron Rodgers was quietly rewriting the record books at Pleasant Valley High School.
Well, confidence is something I've never really lacked. I think there was one, yeah, you can laugh, that's okay.
6 feet tall, 180 pounds soaking wet, Rodgers threw for over 4,400 yards his senior year, setting school records that still stand today. He had the arm, the accuracy, the football IQ that coaches dream about. But there was one problem. Aaron Rodgers was a 0-star recruit. Not a single Division I program offered him a scholarship. Not one. Florida State rejected Purdue. They sent back his highlight tape with a form letter. Even his local UC Davis program passed on him. The message was clear. Aaron Rodgers wasn't good enough for college football. So what did he do? He went to Butte Community College, a junior college in the middle of nowhere where forgotten dreams go to die or to be reborn. While Aaron Rodgers was grinding it out in junior college, 1,200 miles north in Yakima, Washington, another future superstar was facing his own recruiting nightmare. Cooper Kupp, Davis High School, a receiver with soft hands and a football IQ off the charts. But at 6 feet 2 inches and 190 pounds, he didn't have the blazing speed that college scouts were looking for. 0 stars, 0 offers, not even from the local Washington State Cougars. Cooper Kupp was completely invisible to the recruiting world, but Eastern Washington University saw something different. They offered him a chance to walk on. No scholarship, no guarantees, just an opportunity to prove that the experts were wrong, and prove them wrong he did. By his senior year, Cooper Kupp had rewritten the FCS record books. 6,464 career receiving yards, 73 touchdown catches, the Walter Payton Award as the best player in all of FCS football. Firebaugh, California. If you blink while driving through the Central Valley, you'll miss it. This tiny farming town of 7,500 people was the last place anyone expected to find. The next great NFL quarterback, Josh Allen, stood 6 feet 5 inches with a rocket arm that could throw a football through a brick wall. But he played for a high school that barely had enough players to field a team. No major college scouts were making the trip to Firebaugh to watch football. 0 stars, 0 offers. Josh Allen sent emails to every college program in America every single day. For months, the responses were always the same. Thanks, but no thanks. I was a no-star, no-offer guy at a high school. Allen would later say, I sent emails every day to almost every college. The silence was deafening. Finally, one school took a chance. Not Alabama, not USC, not even Fresno State. It was Reedley College, another junior college, another last stop for forgotten dreams. What happens when you tell three of the most competitive athletes on the planet that they're not good enough? You create monsters, driven, obsessed, relentless monsters who will stop at nothing to prove the world wrong. Aaron Rodgers dominated at Butte Community College, throwing for 2,408 yards and 28 touchdowns in his only season. Finally, Cal Berkeley took notice. Jeff Tedford saw what everyone else had missed. A quarterback with the perfect combination of arm talent and football intelligence. At Cal, Rodgers threw for 5,469 yards and 43 touchdowns in 2 seasons. The zero-star recruit had become a first-round NFL prospect. But even then, he fell to the 24th pick in the 2005 draft.
It's the night Aaron Rodgers steps into the most unique spotlight in the sport.
23 teams still didn't believe. Cooper Kupp's transformation was even more dramatic. The walk-on who couldn't get a scholarship became the most dominant receiver in FCS history. At the 2017 NFL Combine, scouts finally saw what Eastern Washington had known all along.
5 receivers spread wide. Kupp has some space and then double.
This was a special player, but old habits die hard. Despite breaking every receiving record imaginable, Kupp still fell to the 3rd round of the NFL draft. 68 players were selected before him. The doubters were still doubting. Josh Allen's journey took him from Reedley College to the University of Wyoming, where he finally got his chance to show that rocket arm on a bigger stage. In 2 seasons with the Cowboys, he threw for 5,066 yards and 44 touchdowns, leading Wyoming to their first bowl game in over a decade. Draft Day 2018. Josh Allen, the kid who couldn't get a single scholarship offer out of high school, heard his name called 7th overall by the Buffalo Bills. The zero-star recruit had become a top 10 NFL draft pick. But the real vindication came on the field. Aaron Rodgers didn't just make it to the NFL. He conquered it. 4 MVP awards, a Super Bowl championship, a Hall of Fame career that proved every scout who passed on him catastrophically wrong. Cooper Kupp's revenge was even sweeter. In 2021, he became just the 4th player in NFL history to win the receiving Triple Crown, leading the league in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Then he capped it off by winning Super Bowl MVP.
That's what Stafford does so well.
No huddle here. Stafford again is going to air it out deep downfield, wide open.
The ultimate vindication for a player who was once invisible to recruiters. Josh Allen? He's transformed the Buffalo Bills from laughingstock to legitimate Super Bowl contender, proving that sometimes the best quarterbacks aren't the ones with 5 stars next to their names. They're the ones with 5-star hearts. The recruiting industrial complex wants you to believe that talent can be measured, ranked, and predicted with mathematical precision. They want you to believe that 5-star recruits are destined for greatness, while 0-star players are destined for obscurity. But Aaron Rodgers, Cooper Kupp, and Josh Allen prove that the most important qualities in an athlete can't be measured by a stopwatch or a star rating. The next time someone tells you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that the experts know better, remember these 3 names. Remember that champions aren't born with stars next to their names. Champions earn their stars 1 play, 1 game, 1 season at a time. From 0 stars to Hall of Fame, from forgotten to legendary, from impossible to inevitable. This is what happens when you refuse to let anyone else write your story.